following is a presentation of TFNN. The Tom O'Brien Show is produced every business day. Tom takes your phone calls toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Oh, it's a beautiful thing. Look at our man, Jim from Minneapolis. We gonna take it by storm?
Taking it by storm, baby.
I love that. That's a great saying, man. Hey, what's happening, brother?
Good morning, gentlemen. How you guys doing today?
Good, man. Yourself?
Oh, man. It's been the most incredible couple of days since when I called in on Friday, Litecoin busted out of that consolidation on the 2-hour chart.
Okay.
And it just never looked back. It did a 100-point ABC up, and now it's very extended the way I look at it. But holy I mean, it went up to $420 last night.
Now, Tom O'Brien.
Welcome, folks. This is Tom O'Brien of TFNN. We have 5 days a week. We go 7.5 hours a day. We go 24 hours a day on the internet at TFNN.com. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. Hope everyone's having a great day, safe day. Let's make it a great night, folks. Happy St. Patrick's Day. It's going to be all green, folks. The Irish did it. It's a beautiful thing. First, it started with the pot of gold. Started out there yesterday, brought it up. We're going to have the battle on right now, but guess what? The Irish can fight. So hang on for the next 60 minutes. Create new agreements based on respect and love. Take the responsibility to make new agreements with those you love. If an agreement doesn't work, change the agreement, create a new one, and use your imagination to explore all the possibilities. Market eyes, let's take a look at it out here. We have the Dow Industrials up 590, NASDAQ up 288, S&P's up 63, gold contract up $38, trading at $15.24 an ounce. Silver down 21 cents, $12.60 an ounce. Light sweet crude down $1.85, $26.85 a barrel. Notes and bonds, you get the 10-year off 2 points plus 4 ticks at 135.26. The 30-year off 7 points and 26 ticks, almost 8 points at 173.06. And King Dollar. King Dollar's up 1,500 ticks, trading 99.606. The euro is at 109. The yen is out here at 107.77, and the British pound is at 120 to 1 US dollar. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Give us a call, folks. Want to know what's going on in your world. In the world of the S&Ps, let's take a look at it. We'll get into the E-mini first, folks. So this is going to be a nice, sweet little battle as we come into the next 60 minutes. And what you have out here is this. So picture. This started last night in a huge way. We had futures limit up, bottom line. They limit up at 4 o'clock in the morning Eastern time. Then what do? They exploded downtown. We went from a price point in the futures of 25.08 all the way down to 23.65 at 10 o'clock this morning. And then what happens? You blast off topside again. You get up to 25.54, and this is where it's going to get really interesting. So at 25.54, folks, we had raw volume at that number. It's on a 10-minute chart I'm talking now. We back down, and as we back down, at 13:10, at 10 past 1, this afternoon, the bottom line, you get down to a price point of 24.43. So you got to remember something. You go from the 25.54 to 24.43 and basically an hour. Then what we did, we went topside again. Now, the next time we went topside at 2:30, you didn't have enough volume to basically blow away that high. That being said, that's why these 60 minutes are going to be crucial out here. We just backed down again, and when we did back down here, we had a little volume on this back down. I suspect, when all said and done, folks, you're going to see this baby get into the highs. It's going to blast these highs coming into the close, and we will get up into that high and maybe blast off that high. But it's going to be... You're going to see a real battle here, because when you get a downdraft that is as dramatic as this, the short positions have made a fortune already. So the real bottom line is that they'll try to shoot at it 2 or 3 times again, then they'll flip their positions. And believe me, I've been on both sides of these markets. So what ends up happening is that when these things turn, they turn in a spectacular way. Gold contract is what took us off the lows yesterday. Bottom line, it started with the gold miners, hit the gold contract, meaning went topside. Bottom line, Miners kept going today. They had monster volume in a huge way, folks, okay? The contract itself got to a price point today of 1554. You're at 1530. You have volume behind the move. It's trying to get back into its larger range. Any close over 1542 gets it in its range. We're not there yet, but we're getting close. Notes and bonds tell the whole story, folks. The note and bond market, what had not happened with the note and bond market, it had done the ABC structure on the way up, completed the whole structure, gave it up in spades out here today. Now, this is a huge positive, folks, for the marketplace, okay? So, you're down 2 points in the 10-year. You have volume behind the move. Bottom line, my take, we're going to do a big retracement in this note and bond market. You know, you can expect the 10-year, this 10-year can get down to 131 in about a heartbeat. Right now, you're at 135.27. We get over and we take a look at the 30-year, what you're going to see inside this 30-year U.S. Okay, where am I on? 1 second. Sorry about this. 30 years off 7 points right now. So where are we? Let's see. USM. Okay, so USM 0. You're going to see the 30-year come down 8 points. We're at 266,000 contracts, which is not that much, by the way, okay? But what I expect we're going to do, we'll break the we're at 173. We break the 172.05. This can get all the way back into 162. And what that's going to be, by the way, folks, as I'm looking at it, is that you finished an ABC structure on the way up. It was an explosive move. We got to 0.31 inside the 10-year. When you do something that's that dramatic, there's no problem going all the way back to the breakout area. And that's what it looks to me that they want to do. King dollar. What do we have with King dollar? King dollar is going after its highs. The highs there is 99.910. We got to 99.832 today. I expect that baby's going to get hit, which is that 99.910. If we go take a look at some of these ETF structures, what you're going to see is that you tested the low. So what we had out here yesterday, by the way, folks, is this. You had a monster downdraft with price destruction and huge contraction of volume. When you have a huge contraction of volume, after you've been down so bad, and you have huge price destruction, most times that's the end flush inside the marketplace. So we'll see how this shakes out today. The close out here today, yes, absolutely crucial, folks, no doubt about it. We go over to the Dow Industrials, and here is the Fibonacci sequence inside the Dow Industrials. When you line all these babies up, folks, it's about as good as you can get. We take a look at the Dow Industrials. We needed a close inside the Dow Industrials over, I believe it's 20,770 something. And what you also get is that it's a beautiful thing when you actually get a spike, and you spike below it, and then you get above it, and that is what normally happens at lows. And sure enough, it's 20,000, well, I got to do this again. I believe it's about 20,700. We're at 20,922. We're there, folks. We're going, but keep your dukes up coming into the close. Dow Industrials up 711. NASDAQ up 324. S&P's up 74. Stay right there, folks. We're going to be riding the wave with our man, Mr. Basil Chapman. Coming right back.
Hi folks, Tom O'Brien here. If you'd like to get my daily newsletter, Market Insights, then now is a great time to sign up for a 30-day free trial. Every morning by 9:30, I send out my morning letter to subscribers with market commentary on a variety of markets, currencies, and commodities to keep investors up to date on the day's trading action. Included in Market Insights are specific buy and sell recommendations for stocks, ETFs, and even options, with stops and price targets included for every trade in my newsletter. If you'd like to try my newsletter risk-free for 30 days, then head over to the front page of TFNN and you'll find Market Insights under Trading Newsletters. I use my years of trading experience to bisect and dissect the market every morning and give my subscribers the most important information they need to know for the day ahead. I even issue afternoon updates for my subscribers whenever warranted with important market action. I'm always scouring the market for the next great trading opportunity. Sign up for your 30-day free trial to my daily newsletter, Market Insights, today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Wow! Go get them, folks. The gold market has taken off topside in a large way in 2020. If you want to take advantage of this sector, now is the time to subscribe to my gold report. The Gold Report took profits in 4 of its equities in the gold portfolio in the first week of January for a combined profit of 99.2%, with 2 positions left in the portfolio that have a profit of 67.5% as of January 7th. The Gold Report is a comprehensive look at the metals sector as well as the markets that move gold, which is the currency and bond markets. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to lose. Every Monday morning, I publish the Gold Report with coverage of gold, silver, bonds, the XAU, HUI, GDX, as well as more than 30 different mining equities. To see for yourself the types of profitable trades that are recommended within the Gold Report, sign up now by visiting TFNN.com. Don't miss out on the next great gold trade. Sign up today.
Many of our new listeners have heard about The Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of the TFNN shows, plus see all of the charts as they happen live and have access to archives of all of those charts. You can test drive The Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days and greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets and how to make your money work for you. Details on The Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com.
TFNN has launched our brand new website. You can still visit us at the same TFNN.com URL, but when you do, you'll see a new and improved homepage with a much simpler navigation, whether you're watching Tiger TV live in high definition or just accessing your newsletter subscriptions. We even have new pricing in 6 months and yearly options. Check out the new TFNN.com now and experience all the upgrades. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Welcome back, folks. Dow is up 713, Nasdaq's up 329, S&P's up 76. Let's go over to our man, Mr. Basil Chapman, as we do each and every Tuesday at 20 past the hour. And don't forget, folks, Basil has an outstanding show here every trading day, 12 to 1 Eastern Standard Time. Also has a great newsletter, The Opening Call. In order to get the opening call, real easy to do, folks. You come over to our website at TFNN. You're going to go into newsletters. You're going to hit the opening call. You're going to be riding that wave. Bottom line, Basil, every trading day, comes out with a great newsletter. Also has a bunch of archives on the website. You get the newsletter. You're going to get the archives with it. You can get it for 1 month for $128. You can get it for 6 months for $595, which is a savings of $173. You can get it for a year for $995, which is a savings of $541. They all come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, folks. Everything to win, 0 to lose. You get maybe, my take is that we at lows in the market. Bottom line, ride that wave, man. Get that surfboard out and ride that wave, Basil.
Hi, Tom. How are you doing? And certainly a great day for you, the green day, right?
Hey, you know, Basil, you know, I was telling the story this morning, right? Do you remember, like, oh, my God, this is like 17 or 18 years ago now. Every time I get on a plane, folks, okay, you know, of course, I'm a bear most of the time, and I'm a raging bull right now, by the way, folks, okay? But the bottom line is that I get on a plane, the market will go down. I'll never forget whether it's maybe 15 years ago. I got on the plane, and we're all in the gold market. I was going up to visit my account at 60 State Street, right? I walk outside. It's St. Patrick's Day, folks. The gold market exploded topside. Hey,
you remember that was, it happened specifically twice. There was also one time where the gold stocks had just done nothing right up until St. Patty week.
I know, man.
And on the very day, right there, it was just, and you were saying green is going to, everything turned around. All the gold, so it was really, it's remarkable how that happens.
Crazy.
So, yeah.
So let's ride the wave now, though. Let's ride this wave.
We're looking at a little green right now. This is going to be very interesting in terms of sentiment indicators. In terms of, I always look for that leg D to the downside as well as the upside. In this case, we've got leg D. That's the fourth highest trough in this case, fourth lowest. And the fourth highest trough was the 29,568 high at peak D in the weekly chart. Turns out we've also got that fourth highest peak in the monthly chart at a leg D. I have to wait till the end of the month. Although it looks very obvious, but I have to wait for the end of the month before I can put the down arrow and say that it's made a peak D. Now, what's really important about this particular phase, if I said to you that the sentiment indicators, where do you think the sentiment indicators are in relation to the huge worldwide financial crisis of 2008? Not when the low was made in the market, but the actual crisis. Remember that whole period in October.
Sure.
So if I said to you, where do you think the VIX would be? It was at 89 back in October of 2008, and that was after months of terrible activity. And then we just had Lehman. We had literally all major countries.
That was
with
that weekend.
Major financial,
That's right. Yep.
And it was horrible. And if I said to you, where do you think the VIX is? Where do you think it was this morning?
Well, I can see a chart. It was over 80, evidently, right?
84.83 and 89 right here. We've got 89.53 was the. So we are factoring in at this particular time a crisis. This is not something that's already been unfolding for months. This is something that really the talk of a crisis has been pervasive for about, let's say, 3 weeks. You can even give it 4 weeks, but it's about 3 weeks. What we're looking at is that the sentiment, and this is the fear gauge, has spiraled to a point where it is the equivalent of where we were back in October of 2008. So on that basis alone, my suspicion is that we're looking at some kind of volatility index top forming, but tops are very interesting because that October top of 2008, that was at 89.53, but it wasn't until 2009, March the 6th and March the 9th that the S&P made their lows, and that volatility index wasn't even close. When it did spike up, I think what was that? I think that was in May. There was a sudden big spike once again.
Yeah, May went to 48, right.
Right. So we went to 48. So as I'm looking at it, I'm saying, okay, one of the big factors for me is to look at how the volatility acts on, I like to look at the weekly charts, so let's give it all the way to Friday. But at this particular point, and I had a call this morning from someone who traded the volatility index, did very well, and said, what do I think? And I said, you've got to be ready now for the VIX to pull back, but it won't pull back in a great hurry unless the market spirals to the upside 4,000 or 5,000 points, which it probably isn't going to do at this point. But keep in mind that this is really extended. So that's the volatility. And the TVIX, which is 2 times, went from the 38s back on, I think it was February the 12th, to today's high of 653.88. From 38, that's almost a 20 bagger. I mean, this is so. When we're talking volatility, that's one of the things I look for.
That's crazy, man.
You wouldn't have believed it if I said to you, if I had to ask you, where do you think it was 38 5 weeks ago? You'd say, oh, it must be maybe 130, maybe 650. And now at this particular point, it's 600. So to me, that's a sentiment indicator. It doesn't mean that everything has to turn around, but it does mean the fear factor is so high that it should come down. It doesn't have to come down just all of a sudden. It's at 300, but it should be pulling back. So that's number one.
Oh, yeah. Well, that can gap down $150, though.
Earlier in the day, it actually had. But I'm just saying that because we don't have an end in sight to the coronavirus issue, and this now has become a financial and economic issue.
Right.
Because I mean, people are losing. People have. I mean, I'm getting
it's heavy.
stuff. People are. This is serious stuff. So
it is.
The other thing I'm looking at is that bonds. I always look at it. It's not 100%, but most of the time when the market starts to pull back sharply, bonds rally, and because people go into bonds as a safety factor, and then when the money comes out of bonds, it goes into equities. But look what's happened. We've gone to 170. This is unbelievable as well. But 179.70 March the 9th, and now we're trading at 154. That's a 5.5% pullback just on the day. That says to me that we're probably trying to find some kind of a base in the market. So I consider that 20,000. It's not just psychological, but I think on a technical basis between 20 and 19,000. We hit 19,882 this morning. This is an area that I think we're going to try to form a platform and start to have bounces. And the pattern that I often talk about is the lowercase h pattern, where you come down sharply. You can see one right here. You came down, you went to 24,681 on the 28th of February. You bounced up to about 27,100. And within 6 days, you're 3 days up and 3 days down. Then you take out that left side low. It looks like a lowercase h. So I think that we are trying right here to form some kind of a tradable balance, and some stocks are beginning to look very interesting for subscribers. Oh, and the dollar is just about making a double top right here.
And folks, really easy to get Basil's newsletter. Come over to our website at TFNN. You go into newsletters, you see the opening call right there. Basil, you have a great one, safe one. We look forward to the show tomorrow.
Thank you very much, Tom. You too.
Stay right there, folks. Come right back.
If you're not currently using the TAS Profile Scanner when looking at setting up your trading opportunities, then your arsenal is short a mighty weapon. The TAS Profile Scanner is a standalone piece of software that instantly filters over 2,500 global financial markets such as stocks, ETFs, commodity futures, and Forex. Headed by Steve Dahl, TAS understands that in today's technological world, the use of top-flight software applications and technical analysis expertise is essential to successful trading in today's market. You also gain access to the webinar that Steve Dahl and Tom O'Brien just hosted, The Best Way to Use the TAS Profile Scanner to Profit. This webinar archive is available for all subscribers immediately upon signing up. All new subscriptions also come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Start your subscription by visiting the front page of TFNN.com today, and you'll find the TAS Profile Scanner under the Services tab. Sign up today. Are you in the market for buying or selling real estate in the Bay Area, including the surrounding St. Petersburg, Tampa, and Clearwater markets? Tiger Real Estate LLC is a firm that has extensive experience in the Tampa Bay area. Whether you're looking to sell your current property for maximum value, or you're in the market for a second home or investment property, Tiger Realty has the experience across all areas of real estate in the Tampa Bay area to help buyers and sellers make the most informed decisions across all price levels. From the price you should be paying per square foot in certain up-and-coming areas to the type of cash flow investment properties are capable of creating, Tiger Real Estate can help you make the best decision when it comes to all areas of the market. Before you make one of the biggest decisions of your financial future, call Tiger Real Estate LLC today at 727-329-8322 or email us at tiger@tfnn.com. That's 727-329-8322. Call us today. TFNN has developed a daily programming lineup for traders by traders. We start every trading day live at 8:30 a.m. with Tommy O'Brien hosting the morning market kickoff as he starts the day off by breaking down everything you need to know about what's going on for the trading day ahead. At 9 a.m., Larry Pesavento takes your calls and questions live on the air for the opening bell as he hosts Trade What You See. At 10 a.m., Tom and Tommy O'Brien host the Bull Bear Trading Hour. At 11 a.m., it's Kevin Hinks and Alex Coffey from TD Ameritrade Network with Fast Market. Basil Chapman at noon with the Tiger Technicians Hour. Steve Rhodes hosts the Trader's Edge at 1 p.m. Dave White with the Power Trading Hour at 2 p.m. And Tom O'Brien closes out the day for the final hour of trading live from 3 till 4. Don't miss a second of our daily programming lineup. Tune in to Tiger TV every trading day live at TFNN.com. Educating investors.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Dow's up 549, Nasdaq's up 287, S&Ps are up 54. So let's do a little news out here. So you got the Senate. McConnell just come out and said the Senate is going to move forward on the vote of the first bill without any changes, without any major changes in it, and he's going to keep the Senate in town to basically, additional proposal for the next round of economic aid will be addressed in the third phase that's currently under discussion. The Senate will not leave town until that's processed. So that's pretty cool, folks, because that's really important that they don't get out of there before you're talking about a whole different bill. And what's going to get interesting here is that inside a whole different bill, you got a couple things that are out there. I think one of the biggest ones is that Trump is proposing, listen to this one, $1.2 trillion. And now out of the $1.2 trillion, I think we'll find out what the rest of this is in, but this one is crucial. Tommy and I have been talking about it. Market's been talking about it. Steve's been talking about it. Bottom line is that that plan would basically put cash in people's pockets immediately. They're talking about $1,000 per person and maybe more. They're putting $250 billion, and they like to do it twice actually. Once and then have another backup payment of $250 billion, just in case this thing goes a little bit longer. So it's going to be intriguing to see how fast they can get this thing going, because the bottom line is that cash flow is the name of the game, and cash flow can get quite a few people out of trouble and keep them out of trouble. Then, and additionally, Trump is considering letting homeowners delay mortgage payments. And what the Treasury would do there is that they'd basically push more bread into the banks so that the mortgage-backed securities folks would actually get paid. So you're going to see it's a brave new world out here. That's the real bottom line. They got to get they got to get the citizens through the next 6 weeks. That's how this thing is shaken out. So we'll see where this shakes out. The good news is that the Senate is not leaving town, because that is a big deal. There's no two ways about it. Dow right now is up 624. Let's go over those S&Ps, because let's see, what time is it? It's 3:32. So the Bears are only going to have another basically about 15 minutes to basically see. We're right at the line where this battle's taking place. The battle's taking place, folks, at 24.65. We're at 24.76 right now. The Bulls actually got to get it over this about 24.98, and you get that, and you'll get explosion right to the top. That's kind of how this shakes out, because what you are going to have is this. So picture what you're going to have coming into the close. What you're going to have is that you get the slew of computers trading, you get the slew of day traders trading. They're going to have to make a decision coming into this close. And if you get a move topside coming into the close, most of them are going to close their positions. Because if we get that, which I'm thinking we're going to get, you'll also get more than likely another limit up tonight. That's kind of how this thing would shake out, because all the moves are so shocking and so fast that this would be the first time, number one, that you held. And let me just look at this for a second. I want to see how long this is the first time that we actually held. So if we look at this market, let me see this. The last time, yeah, we haven't held price since February 28th. So that is a long time, folks. You hold price, you'll get a follow-through. You'll particularly get a follow-through because when I put the volumes up on this, okay, what happens is that you had, I'm going to use the SPY to put the volumes. You're going to see you had a flush down on February 28th, 385 million. You went topside, which it had pretty good volume, actually, 2 days later. You got two separate flush downs here. You got one on the 6th of March, and then the largest one was on the 12th of March, even though that the price destruction was done yesterday, your contraction of volume was dramatic. The contraction of volume today is dramatic, which is cool, and that's what you want to see. Why, folks? Because you were testing the lows of today, of yesterday today, so now you get a test of the lows, you have lighter volume on that, you get some movement. Bottom line is that ride 'em cowboy. That's how this thing is shaking out right now. Some of the higher volume equities out here inside of this marketplace. You have a GE up 31 cents. We got Apple up $10. Microsoft's up $9.50. Wells Fargo's up $2.20. You got Citigroup down $2.20. Intel's up $5. You got Carnival Cruise Lines off $2. I think it's Princess. The cruise lines are going to have. They're going to have big problems, folks, because what's going on also is that. This just came across. I'm not sure. Here it is. So Princess Cruises, right? The bottom line is that they're saying that Princess Cruises, yeah, they had problems, but they're saying now after this investigation that the food service employees aboard the Diamond Princess basically pushed out more of the virus, okay? The first cases were detected among passengers, but then what ended up happening, the virus spread to the crews. They're making the food. Bottom line is that gave the explosion inside that cruise business that basically put some heavy destruction inside of that area. The Hilton CEO, bottom line's come out and saying that he expects that this will be the first time this ever happens. He just told, all of this is happening right now, by the way, and you can see this is really cool. It's happening right now. The futures are saying, I'm going topside anyway. The Hilton CEO just come out and turned around and says he is expecting that he is going to close all the major hotels in every city in the world. So bottom line, Hilton's been around 100 years. They've never done it. Market-wise, though, guess what, folks? All these things were priced in. And what you want to pay attention to is how the reaction is when these are coming out versus what that news flow is. And you can see this market wants to go to highs. So we'll get the rest of it. Now, if you take a look at we've been talking about, so when you take a look at strength versus weakness inside the marketplace, right? Your strength still, folks, is the NDX 100. NDX 100 is still the strongest indice. NASDAQ Composite would be next. S&P would be next. And you can see the Dow Industrials is the weak link in all the indices. That's how this is kind of shaking out. No, not kind of, is shaking out. If we take a look and we put the NDX on a longer basis, what you're going to see is that the NDX is so much further over the lows of December of 2018. And in fact, what you're going to see, and this is like heaven on earth when you do Timing the Trade, my book, what the NDX 100 has done is this. It has rejected the highs of the lows of 2018, which is 71.06. We got down into the price point of 69.59. We're at 74.45, and if that's what we get, you get that rejection. Bottom line, it's a monster move, folks. And, you know, the Dow Industrials, I believe the Dow broke it. And you're going to see the difference, which makes sense because the Dow, you know, worldwide, they don't have the tech stocks involved. You know, this is a total reset, I should say, as how a lot of us actually going to think. Dow Industrials actually blew away the lows, which is 21,712. And we're 21,038. But that's good. The 21,038 where we are right now is good enough to get us back, and that we spiked the trend line that started in 2009. And guess what, folks? You're above the trend line once again, and that's how big bottoms are put in. You spike it, you get everyone totally flipped out, you reverse the other side, and you go top side. Dow's up by 840, NASDAQ's up 389, S&Ps are up 90. We'll come right back.
If you're in the CD market and looking for a secure investment, the Tiger First Mortgage Program may work for you. The security for these first mortgages are building lots in the tax opportunity zone in St. Petersburg, Florida. The Tax Act of 2018 set up tax-free zones across the country where you can build and hold for 10 years and pay no tax on the profits, which makes these lots valuable. The investment is anywhere from $30,000 to $75,000. The interest paid is 7% yearly, paid on a monthly basis. According to Bankrate.com, the best rate for a 4-year CD in the country as of February 20th is 3.1%. A $50,000 investment at a normal 4-year CD rate of 3.1% would give you income of $1,550 per year or $6,200 over the 4-year period. That same $50,000 investment in the Tiger First Mortgage Program would give you $3,500 per year or $14,000 over the 4 years. Which would you prefer, $6,200 or $14,000 of interest on your investment? If you would like more information about the Tiger First Mortgage Program, you can call me at 877-518-9190. That's 877-518-9190.
If you're a trader in the market looking to find the path that leads to maximizing profits while decreasing risk, then now is a great time to try out Dave White's daily trading service, The Path of Least Resistance. Through the use of options and equity trades, Dave advises his subscribers on a daily basis of the current market conditions and what possible trade setups are on the horizon. The Path of Least Resistance is published every trading morning, often with updates intraday when initiating trades or closing out positions. Dave White has advised his clients of some outstanding winning options and equity trades in recent months, and now is a great time to try it out for yourself. New subscribers to the Path of Least Resistance receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. See for yourself the types of options and equity trades that are available by signing up for the Path of Least Resistance today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com and selecting the newsletter tab. Sign up today. Biotech is booming, but for how long? Whether you think the biotech bull has room to run or has run its course, trade LABU or LABD. Direction's daily S&P Biotech 3 times bull and bear ETFs. Visit directioninvestments.com/biotech today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Tom O'Brien.
Welcome back, folks. Dow's up 960, Nasdaq's up 419, S&Ps are up 104. Ride 'em, cowboy, folks. Let's go over and take a look at this S&P again. What you're going to see is that we got over that number. Bottom line is that it's a big deal, folks. As soon as we launched that, what was that? The 24.98. You're at 25.12. This thing's going to make a run right for the very highs of today, which was at noon. And guess what? You can blow them away. There's enough time to blow them away. You got 18 minutes left inside the future market. Inside the future market, folks, 18 minutes is always a long time. And the type of market that we have right now, that is like probably about 2 or 3 months of trading in a normal market. Okay, that's kind of how that shakes out. Silver. Let's go to the silver market. Silver, folks, is still in trouble. I mean, it's really intriguing looking at the silver market out here. Silver just can't catch a bid. Doesn't mean it won't, okay? But the bottom line, it hasn't caught a bid. You're still down 5 cents out here, $12.76. That being said, though, what you do have is that the silver miners, okay, have taken off. So that is saying that silver is going to go. If you take a look at Heckler's taken off with volume, by the way. If you take a look at something that had been dead in the water, also took off, is Great Panther. Bottom line, it's a good move, too. In both of those cases, what you have here is that they have broken the downtrend with conviction. And what does that mean? With conviction means that you've had wide price spread, you'd have accelerated volume simultaneously, so it rips through the downdraft that we've been in. The Amazon, we take a look at the big dog out here. If you take a look at Amazon, folks, the bottom line is that it doesn't even look like, when you take a look at the broad market, then you take a look at Amazon, it's been in a consolidation, and it says it all. Bottom line is that, this consolidation started in June of 2018. Bottom line is that, it's hard to tell that it's done anything. So pretty impressive. We take a look at Google. We pull up Google. We take a look at Google. Google got to a lower low today. It's going to have lighter volume. It rejected lower price. We take this and we put this back on a longer-term chart. Also, different ball game. The bottom line is that Google got in its lower price range, rejected it, didn't get to the low, but the reason I'm bringing this up so you can see the differential inside on Amazon versus Google. Microsoft now has been one of on the run that we made all-time highs, folks. Microsoft was the strongest stock in the equity market the whole time. Bottom line, same with Microsoft. Microsoft has a high volume high at 190. You're at 146. Microsoft wants to go back to its high. Microsoft, man, you can almost say it was parabolic, but it wasn't. What you had is that you actually had about a 45% angle, which is not a bad angle, inside the marketplace. Let's go to, where am I here? Let's go to Stephen in Connecticut. Hey, Stephen, what's going on?
Hey, how you doing? This is one hell of a roller coaster ride, I'll tell you that.
It certainly is, man.
I mean, to limit down, limit up, limit down, I mean, it's stuff I didn't think I was going to see in my lifetime to this extent. I'm calling about something that I'm looking at, and I'm looking at the VIX and how high it is right now. And I'm not a futures trader, but I was looking at SVXY, you know, as a stock to kind of short the VIX. Or is there a better way of betting against the volatility, or even is it a good idea to even play the volatility at this point in the game?
Okay, so this is a great question. So the SVXY, folks, okay, is the pro shares. Let's see, short term, the fund seeks daily investment correspond to 1/2 the inverse performance of the S&P. Okay, so this is actually not in a 1-to-1, it's a 1/2, which is pretty cool, actually. So when we talk just a 1-to-1 or a 2-to-1, folks, this is actually 1/2 of one. You know, you're trading at 28.74. If we take a look at the VIX, yeah, that's not a bad way of playing it. Now, I don't like these contracts and these equities at all before the fact, okay? But, you know, when you're taking a look at the VIX, okay, what does happen with the VIX is that you're at 75 out here today. You went to 84. If this market, what would end up, let's say the market basically can do 50 S&P points tomorrow up, right? This would still stay a little bit high. If the next day it does 50, you'll see this VIX explode downtown to 55 in about a heartbeat. You know, so bottom line on the other side of it, it's not a bad trade. Stock's at $28. Let me put this up on this side. 1 second.
But you could also look at doing the options or the futures on the VIX as well. I mean,
no, there's a million ways you can do it. What I like about what you're saying here is that your leverage is very small. This here is 1/2 of the move of the VIX. So, you know, this thing's not going to kill you if it goes against you. That's the other side of it. Do you see what I'm saying? So, you know, you're
hard to play with it right now.
You're at $28. Yeah, this can go to like 41 in a heartbeat, man. So, you know.
All right, thank you very much.
Okay,
and,
man.
You know, happy St. Patrick's Day, and enjoy yourself.
Appreciate it, man. Have a great one. Have a safe one. And yeah, folks, it's pretty wild walking no matter where you are, I guess. Like all these poor bars, restaurants, the whole bit. You know, I walked outside, got a cup of coffee at Starbucks, of course, and we're right downtown St. Pete, and every bar has every green thing you could think about. And guess what? There's not one person at it, which we know that's the way it is. So doesn't matter. What matters is that the gold contract went topside, the market basically went topside, it's all green. So instead of all green out in the United States, which they have, the bottom line, we got green in the marketplace, and we have 12 more minutes. So keep your dukes up, folks, going into the close out here. Let's go look at this S&P for a second. So, okay, here's the test. This is going to be interesting. What time is it here? Let me see. Okay, so good. We'll start the next 10-minute one right now. It's 3:49. So, what we're doing here is this. Oh, this is good. We're coming. So watch this, folks. If you're watching Tiger TV, we're coming into the bar with volume, okay? This is on the S&Ps. The last high out here, we had 14,000 contracts. We've already done 15,500, and we're going to start the next bar. This is how you like to go into swing highs if you want to break them, or swing lows if you want to break them. So we're going to have a full 10 minutes to basically blow away the 25.43. This is hard to comprehend. We're only 25.18, but bottom line, this is what you have, okay? So you get an acceleration of volume. The next bar is going to start. The probability gets much, much higher, folks, that it's going to actually do it. So we'll see where it shakes out. Pretty wild ride. There's no doubt about that. That would take, well, let's go inside the Dow Industrials and see the strength versus the weakness, because you still have plenty of stocks that are weak. There's no two ways about that, particularly in the Dow Industrials. Inside the Dow, it's Boeing. Boeing is a drag. That's putting 51 negative points. You got McDonald's putting 12, Disney's putting 11, and American Express is putting 4. The big dogs inside there, United Health is putting 137 positive, Walmart's putting 77, Apple's putting 74, Travelers is putting 73. We get into the NDX 100 and we look at the strength versus the weakness. You got, let's see, Exelon Corporation is up 16%. You got Clack up 14%. Cognizant Technology is up 14, and Citrix is up 14. You can see inside this NDX, right? Clack, Citrix. When you have the chip stocks going topside, folks, they drag everything up. They're the most powerful stocks out there. Come right back.
I'm certain you are or strive to be one of the best at everything you do in life. It's the most common trait that we tigers and tigresses share. If you're looking to become the best of the best when it comes to managing your money, let me teach you to do what most wealth managers tell you can't be done, which is how to time the markets. I'm Steve Rhodes, author of Mastering Probability, and for the last 12 months, Timer Digest has been tracking my newsletter signals, which have earned me the ranking as their #1 market timer in the nation for the S&P 500 for the last 12, 6, and 3 months. Timer Digest also ranks me as the #1 market timer for gold as well. The fact is, markets can be timed, and I'll teach you the exact set of tools that I use that has transformed me into one of the best at what I do. Sign up for Mastering Probability today by clicking on the newsletter tab on the homepage of TFNN.com and get immediate access to workshops where I take you step by step how to use an extraordinary set of tools as well as provide great market calls too. Sign up today.
Since 1984, Basil Chapman has been using the Chapman Wave methodology to advise traders of his expert market opinion. While originally hand-drawing charts from the late 1970s into the 1980s, Basil noticed that prices under most circumstances virtually always had a certain number of legs to the upside before declining sharply. Later, Basil found that computer software, which included the standard market technical indicators, enhanced the degree of accuracy in calling price turns as well as market trend calls. Thus was born the Chapman Wave sequence. Using the Chapman Wave methodology along with other indicators, Basil Chapman advises his subscribers of his expert market opinion each market day with his opening call newsletter. Right now, you can get a 2-week free trial to the opening call, Basil's daily trading newsletter, by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Cancel at any time during that trial and pay absolutely nothing. Get your 2-week free trial to Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, today by visiting TFNN.com.
You know what's cool? Taking something that's good for you. Something specifically formulated to help with weight loss, better sleep, stress reduction, and the need to detox.
Nico, our hunter and gatherer ancestors found all their nutritional requirements for health in their wild environment. But today, our food sources no longer contain the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients our bodies need to stay healthy and strong.
That's why we need Primal Edge Daily Nutrition. It includes a special blend of ionic, soil-based vitamins, minerals, fatty, and amino acids in an easy-to-use liquid form.
Primal Edge is powered by highly concentrated fulvic and humic acids, nature's preferred delivery system. They have been called miracle molecules because, like sunlight, air, and water, life cannot exist without them.
That's right, Paige. They ensure we receive all the nutrition we need to be healthy and thrive. We take it every morning.
Primal Edge, formulated and approved by Nico and Paige of Living a Primal Lifestyle. Buy it today for just $89. Click on the Primal Edge banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Welcome back, folks. Dow up 740, Nasdaq up 350, S&P's up 79, and this is going to be a wild close, folks. And remember something, that the futures are open to quarter past. But just as at that break there, folks, just so you understand, we all understand the volatility in there. We had the market pushing against the highs, right? 25.28. We go from 25.28 down to 24.90. 48 S&P points at about, well, actually it's a 3-minute break, right? There you go. So we get 3 more. We have more than 3 minutes. So what do we got here? Yeah, okay, we got 6 minutes till 4 o'clock. You get approximately 3 minutes to the end of the show. Bottom line, don't be surprised to go right topside once again. Because see, what you have here is that we have now established 3 higher lows inside the marketplace. And when you can't bust them down, folks, guess what? You're going to bust them higher. And this will be a first, and we'll see how this thing shakes out tomorrow morning. But my take on this is that if we do finish at these highs, what you will see tonight, you'll see Asia go up tonight, you'll see Europe go up tomorrow. No matter closing the borders, Europe's closing all their borders. And then what you are going to end up seeing is that we'll go up, that will really put some juice behind it. The cool thing is where we are inside the week. We're only on Tuesday. What happens there is you're on Tuesday. You could go Wednesday, Thursday, Friday without a lot of grief. You'll have choppiness in a big way, but you'll have an explosion of price. Because what you want to remember something is that first you have traders, then you have investors, then you have the machines. And once you turn the machines, folks, and this is flat out, you turn those machines, they're going to go the other way. It's the selling, selling, selling. They've already made plenty of money selling. They're going to go buying, buying, buying. They'll rip the thing up. And the bottom line is that if we take a look at this here, if you want to see just a normal retracement in a market, even if you thought the market was still going to go down, a normal retracement even inside the SPY would go to 28.55, and we're at 25.12. And what that number is, that's the lows that were established out here in February of 2008. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. And whatever you want in life, folks, visualize it like a nice big motion picture. Step into it, take ownership, and fly with it. Everything we need is right inside us. You might as well have a blast with it. Come visit us again tomorrow morning. Tell your friends. 8:30, Tommy kicks us off. Great show. Look at him, folks.